Hello, 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 and welcome to 305 Paranormal Jen and Mondo's review of Halloween Horror Nights 2025. So there was 10 houses, amazing houses. So I'm gonna give a list of all 10 houses as of this year for 2025. There was Jason Universe. We had Terrifier, El Artista, A Spanish Haunting, Grave of Flesh. We had Dolls, Let's Play Dead, Whores of the White Six, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sound like you said whores.
That would be a different type of house, I guess. Not one that you would find at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Galkin, Monsters of the North, Hatchet and Chains, Demon, Bounty Hunters, and the last one, Fallout. So, babe, let's go with first. I would say the house that we thought was our favorite, Jason Universe.
How about, do you want to go in order of the ones that we liked?
Well, we're gonna go like
in order.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jason Universe. So what I have here, as far as in my notes, it says step into Camp Crystal Lake with Jason Voorhees. So, babe, why don't you tell the folks a little about the Jason Universe house?
So, according to Universal, the house pays a homage to all the Friday the 13th film series, taking the guests through all, I don't know, I guess like the main sets, the cabin. Mm-hmm. You see his mom in a few different settings, and like some of his, I guess, most notorious like scenes.
Yeah.
And when you go in through one of the first, I guess, maze, you leave and you kind of think like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. And then I know I thought that, and I was like, well, that was short. But it's not that. You go into another building or house, however they made it, and that's like a cabin. Mm-hmm. And then you go in through a whole other set. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Like, I don't, you know me, I don't get scared. I kind of know where. Yes, so we're rocking our merch.
That's actually official merch from there.
Jason Universe, and the house that I'll be talking about next, the Whores of White Six. But just my experience of the Jason Universe. So like I was saying, our favorite. I don't get scared. I kind of know where they're coming from. So I kind of like spoil it for her. I don't mean to. I guess it's just.
Well, you're not spoiling for me. You go. He always goes behind me. So because I mean, who wants to be behind this guy? And he's always like, oh, it's there, it's there, it's there. I'm like, nah. So I just go first, and hopefully they jump scare me. But I also know where they kind of coming from. So but I tried. I enjoy it.
There was.
You gotta be really special to jump scare me.
There was one that I was not expecting. Kind of like caught me off guard because I thought she was one of the Universal like employees that kind of like tell you to like go.
Yeah, the people in the corners, they just be watching you like, oh.
I was like, oh snap, you're Jason's mom. You're not one of these Universal like tour guide people. So congratulations to you, lady. You got me. Everybody else. But what separates Universal from all the other events that we've gone to is the attention to detail, and not only visually but audibly, smells. Is just this house and the next house that we're going to talk about. I feel we're like the pinnacle when it comes to that. The Jason, you heard that that famous little chant that you hear from all the movies, and it puts you into the movie.
Yeah,
you're visually experiencing, like if you're walking through Camp Crystal Lake with the cabins and whatnot, and as Jason is punishing all these sinners for breaking the camp rules. That's why you die. Mm-hmm. So
no making out in the corners.
There you go. But an amazing film, haunted house, and just like Jenny was mentioning, pay attention because you will see different iterations of Jason. So amazing house, our favorite. And so we're gonna go into the next house.
Pretty good.
My favorite as well. It's just I'm biased because I am a wrestling fan, but I happen to know the backstory of it. And thank you, babe, because you actually told me about a documentary that
tell
I
people about
didn't
that
even
if
know
they
about
want
that.
if they want to see that.
So if you do want to kind of up your experience of the Horrors of the White Six house, I highly recommend that if you do have a Peacock account, go ahead and check out. It's called Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal, and you get to see the documentary of Bray Wyatt, or Wendell Rotundum as his real name. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago. But this haunted house was essentially a tribute to Wyndham. His brother plays one of the six characters. So they're actually known as the White Six, and this is the T-shirt from them. So they're known as the White Six, but the name is actually spelled out like sick, like you're sick, but it's a wordplay of six. It's essentially five characters, but the sixth character is Bray that had passed away. He was known as the Fiend. Then you have his brother, Bo, that he plays Uncle Howdy. You have Rambling Rabbit, Mercy the Buzzard, Huskus the Pig Boy, and Abby the Witch. Those make up the six. Even though Bray is no longer with us, they kept the sixth position for him as the Fiend. You're walking through the house, and this is what is awesome, because my wife, she kind of knows a little bit about the story, but she doesn't watch WWE.
Yeah, not an avid fan like he is.
So you know what? Give the folks your experience, being that you don't know of Bray and the other members of the White Six.
Yeah.
Give your perception of someone that doesn't watch, and then I'll give mine, being that I'm an avid fan.
So for me, I think their characters alone, even in just WWE, they're kind of like creepy. So they have like a creepy thing to them, and I think they incorporated good into a haunted house for Universal, because of they have the masks that they're using in the houses. Like they wear those masks, like they're just they're alter egos or whatever, and they are creepy. They look like some like, what's the movie? This is it that The Strangers? This is the one where like everybody like kills each other. What is that called?
Oh wow. You're next?
No. Like the government, they shut it down. Everybody can free for all.
Oh, Purge.
Like the Purge. They kind of like very perjury like type of mask. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Limestone, just hang out with us, girl.
We're just doing our thing now, rating the Halloween Horror Nights. But yeah, feel free to watch.
Yeah, we're just doing this.
We're just kicking it.
Yeah, we're just doing this just for shits and gigs, and then later on we're leaving to my parents' house. But we just wanted to throw a video out there and just kind of like rate the houses and do a little background on them. So the White Six. So I like that their masks already are creepy. So it goes in good to a Halloween-esque type of look for it.
Yeah.
Compared to Fallout, not scary to me, but we'll talk about that. So I thought it was good. Everything was really done really good though. Like I don't know crap about anything, and I thought they made it very spooky. So
now, being someone that is an avid fan, you get a lot of the cool backstory of Bray becoming the Fiend and all the other characters. You see their inception from the Firefly Funhouse into becoming the iconic characters that they are at that point. It was actually cool because I was wearing a Bray Wyatt shirt, and Uncle Howdy, he recognized me. And as you're going in, it's kind of like them walking into the ring. So they do the lantern, and he says, "Let me in." And what he does is he goes and he blows out the lantern, and everything goes dark.
Yeah.
what happened is he actually saw me wearing the Bray Wyatt shirt, and that guy, whoever you are, guy, if you're watching, you're amazing. Thank you for the experience. He goes up to me and he puts the lantern like in my face, and I blow out the lantern, and everything goes dark. So extra kudos to you guys for doing that. But then you see the transition from Bray Wyatt to becoming the Fiend, and then the other versions of like the melted version of the Fiend, and then you see the members of the Wyatt Six becoming from actual Muppets to the people. The other thing that I thought was cool too is that these guys are wrestlers. They're like big, bulky guys,
Yeah.
and the actors that they got to portray them in the house are big, bulky dudes.
Big ass dudes.
So it's like, dude, you see like some guys like this, raw, like scaring you, and it's like, oh, it's believable because they're kind of resembling the wrestlers. So I thought that was awesome. There was a lot of tributes to Bray, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah,
So
it was very well done. And then to even know during the documentary that his brother is the one that helped create and do the whole vision for that house in the first place, I thought was really dope.
Yeah, Bray had a vision of, and you know what, Babe, little hot tip that I just found out watching this awesome documentary you had me watch. So it turns out that Bray and Bo were actually cryptid hunters, and they're from Brooksville, Florida.
Florida boys.
They're Florida boys, and they were hunting cryptids, man. So that was an awesome little tidbit.
That's cool. We didn't know that.
But yeah, man, Bo, since he wanted to tribute his brother, excuse me, he's the one that did this house with the visions that Bray had, and it was an impeccable house. So I honestly, if you guys go to Universal, please check it out. It was
the wait time was super low.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
a lot of people slept on it.
Yeah.
But seeing a lot of the reviews after being there, a lot of people enjoyed it, and most of them are not fans of WWE.
Yep.
So they enjoyed all the scares, all the visionary stuff. They had tributes to different type of wrestlers. They had a tribute to John Cena, LA Knight. That was his last. LA Knight, that was his last person that he had a match with, was tributed there. They just had a lot of cool stuff. So definitely check out Horrors of the Wyatt Six. So the next house, one that I absolutely know nothing about.
Hey guys, thank you for being on with us. Whoever's hanging out with you, not with you, with us.
Thank you guys.
Hey, you guys hanging out with us.
Hey, you guys.
I know Ashley's on here, but there's like other people. I see a number there, but I don't know who the hell it is. So say hi in the comment.
So the next house, I absolutely know nothing about the backstory, but was one of those visually appealing houses that I was like, man, this is pretty sick, even though I know nothing about
Thank
it.
You.
So babe, why don't you tell the good folks about the Terrifier house?
Terrifier. I don't know much. I didn't see. Oh, Michael's here. What's up, Michael? Thank you.
Michael, what's up, buddy?
Michael, don't you watch WWE? I think you did too, right? Didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Terrifier, I did not see part 3. I don't think I even saw 2. Saw 1. I will have to rewatch all of them, to be quite honest with you. But I know it does go through every iconic movie scene for each, I guess, the trilogy now. And it's gory. It's a lot gory. I rewatched it again before us doing this just to like remember some things, and I was like, you know what? There was a lot gorier shit than I realized because it's so dark, and you're moving through the houses or whatever. But there's some sick kills in that movie, and I would,
literally sick.
Yeah, if you like that type of stuff, this movie's for you.
So is it so gory to the point that you just become like numb to it, or like what type of experience is that? Because I've never seen it.
It's like the shock gore. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's pretty fucking crazy. That type of thing. So I know either people you like it or you don't. But what I did like is, and they did incorporate the newer characters in the movie, which is the angel and his little sidekick, the little demonic girl.
Oh,
And
yes.
they're kind of funny. They're. I mean, well, she's funny because she just looks crazy and she's like a little girl painted up like a little demon.
Mhm.
And then I think Vicky's the name of
The protagonist, the angel.
angel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She plays the
like the hero.
the hero.
Yeah.
Awesome at the end.
The movie was very gory. We
If
love
you
it.
are gonna
Yeah.
if you are gonna do
Exactly.
the Terrifier house, what I recommend doing is be brave and do the
Just-
blood path.
Yeah, go through the blood path because so at the end, towards the end, you have a choice. You can go through the dry path or the wet
Blood.
path.
No, I think it's called the blood path.
Oh, blood path. Okay, we just went through the blood path. I'm like, I'm not going through that dry path.
No, man.
But-
we want the whole experience.
Yeah,
man.
but it's water. You're not gonna get
No.
your shirt dirty or whatever like that. So we went through there. I saw though on the dry path,
Mhm.
it looked like they had more scenes. Another scene in there.
So they just have like bodies hanging, but the blood path you get the actual hero killing art. at the
Yeah.
end. So that's the difference between the two. If you were curious to know. Now, if you want to do the blood path,
No spoilers.
If you don't want to get too wet, stay closer to the rails. If you want the whole experience, go right through the middle and you'll get soaked.
Yeah.
Now the
You
fourth
saw?
house.
Wait, who saw all the? Ashley, did you see all of them, or did you see only 1, 2, or 3, or all of them? Let me know because I have to ask you something.
So the next house that I'm going to talk about is Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's Night Watch at the creepy abandoned pizzeria with possessed animatronics.
That's always fun.
So the Five Nights, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To me, I have this as my fourth favorite. We kind of been going in the rankings of the ones that how I feel played out and how we liked it the most. So I have Five Nights at not five, but fourth place. I thought it was really good. Props to them because it's a lot of animatronics and they were true to the film. I loved the way they did the animatronic cupcake. I don't know why. I thought it was cool. And they had it like all over the place. They had a lot of good jump scares in Five Nights at Freddy's. It just puts you right into the movie, which I liked. The movie's cool, and yeah, the house was awesome. To me, it's just it didn't have enough to supersede the other three, but an amazing house. It would be the best house if the other three didn't exist in this year's Horror Nights.
Yeah, visually that's super cool because everybody, I think we have all been to a, over here we call them Hot Wheels, Dandy Bear, Chuck E. Cheese, that type of thing, where you go for a kid's birthday party. And then back in the day when we were younger, they had it was more popular than animatronics. I know they don't have them now, like how they used to in the 80s and stuff.
Right.
But so you remember that back then that was kind of like a creep look. So imagine going there as a kid at night where everything's off and you're seeing the animatronics and they come alive or they're creepy or whatever. So all the scenes you're in like this type of setting, and I thought that was pretty neat for how they look because it's so big. Like there's a big section, it's just like a seating section where just like booths and tables, and you have like the pizza there and stuff. Like everything was pretty big. You have the arcade, and then they're just kind of like all over the place. Either they're crazy looking or they're normal looking. But I mean, the set is I thought the set was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you take a second look every time you go to like Chuck E. Cheese for a kid's birthday party and you see Chucky and all of them singing and all that.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I got my eye on you. So the next house that I want to talk about is, I know, is your favorite of the original houses. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about El Artista, a Spanish haunting, the artist house.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be a 19th century Spain house setting, and the house it's a story. The story is the artist, who's a painter, is possessed by I guess his art, and their ghosts that he draws or in the paintings are like they come to life, right? And they're just terrifying everybody in the house, I guess. But what I loved about it, one, visually beautiful,
Yes.
humongous. And if you ever go to the Universal one in Orlando, it's usually this sound stage is one of the biggest sound stages that they have that they use. They have a huge entrance. Smells really fucking good in there. That's one thing I was like, God, it smells great in here. And because I forgot what it smelled like. It smelled like, I don't know if it was like flowers or something.
It smelled floral because you're going
like
through. Keep in mind, I think it was 17th century or 19th century Spain old house. I think, and very floral. You go
garden
into the old house
and stuff. Yeah,
right.
Very, very beautiful.
You're going through the garden and then the house. Yeah, you know that house is amazing. And you know what? And the thing that I was thinking about, I didn't mention it to you, but the thing that I was thinking about is it's kind of a cool lesson. Think about it being a paranormal investigator.
Yeah. Right? So that house to me, I was like, being an investigator, like this is what you would love. What you would love from that house is what it looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the story of it and lesson that you should think of as a paranormal investigator, if you are going through something or you're affected or you aren't in good spirits, you should not investigate, right? So kind of the similar thing there. He's a tortured person and continuing to paint, and his kind of like
his energy
being so weak, he ended up being possessed by his own art. So you know, I thought that was like a cool thing, seeing it through those pair of eyes. The artist house tidbit that you told me that I thought was amazing, one of our favorite all-time favorite original houses was the Dead Man's Wharf, and you were telling me that the Dead Man's Wharf creators were the one that did the artist house.
That's a good ass house from years ago.
Dead Man's Wharf was one of the best. If you guys want to see it, go to YouTube, type Dead Man's Wharf. You'll be able to see. Hola Shams from Brazil. Thank you. Gracias. So the next house that I'm going to talk about.
Really quick before we go jump into the next house, what I want to say, what I did love about the Artista house is how their ghosts look. So like if you go, I think that was one of my favorite things was how you typically see like in Halloween paint or a Halloween costume, like, oh, I want to look like a ghost. Like, so what do you look like? It's like the old fashioned type of like gray white paint makeup, and you know, they look dead. Like that's exactly how they look, like an old school style, like ghost look. That's what they went for. And I was like, it's so classic and it looks so pretty, especially with like the black lights in there. I thought they killed it with that. There's one part that's like a staircase kind of. So I'm looking at my staircase here that goes up to the second floor. And there's like a ghost standing on the first platform. And it's just her like glowing. So if you ever been to the Haunted Mansion in Disney, they all look like that, and that's what they look like. And I'm like, I love that because it reminds me of very like, you know, a Haunted Mansion, like Disney. So that's my favorite style of ghosts, like visually, and I think I like that they did that. Go.
No, I love this perspective because it's you guys. You know, if you're watching it, you get to see what it is that we experience, and if you want to go ahead and check it out, you can. Do
the walkthroughs on YouTube.
Similar. Yeah, if you don't go to Halloween Horror Nights, you can very well just type it in on YouTube and do a walkthrough. You can see people review the houses if you want to. That's up to you. The next house that I want to talk about, my favorite of the original houses, it's called Galkin Monsters of the North. So a little tidbit about this one. So this one, it says it's a wicked being that arises and she commands a hordes of monsters and demons to kill the village folks. This house it reminded me of a like an Arctic or like an Alaskan haunted house that we did a few years back. That it was our favorite original house that year. It was like a werewolf that was killing people. It was very similar in that aspect. So you're walking through and you're seeing.
This is Norse. You're talking about like Ireland type of.
Right. Correct.
What's that called?
Lore, I guess
Yes,
you can say.
thank you.
So yeah, you see this entity that she's commanding hordes of monsters and demons, and they're just going through the town running amok and killing people, and then it's to see like villagers fighting back and things like that.
And there's you're in snow background, everything. So like everything very think Game of Thrones, like those people who were out there in the snow, what were they called?
Oh, the Night Walkers and the Night King.
Yeah, but like John, his girlfriend, remember his girl?
The Wildlings?
Yeah, like the Wildlings, like they're type of like Norse people, like they're always out there in the snow, like that type of environment. You're in that environment inside a house, so it's very rustic like that. And the beasts look crazy. They look, very, very cool.
What I like too is Universal again. Shout out to you guys. You guys rock with us.
They do.
But if you're in a cold environment, they're gonna make it a little cooler, so you're really into it. This one had like a bit of the smell of like when you're going through like a forest, kind of like that pine smell. It had a little bit of that to it too. So awesome job with this. This was my favorite of the original houses this year. I want to shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing. We have a comment here, so it's from B Team. B Team, how's it going, guys? Cool. Yes, I remember the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland many years ago. That's the only ride I can go on because I have a broken leg and my leg wouldn't fit in any other rides. LOL.
Oh,
well,
I love Haunted.
I mean, I apologize that you had to go through that, but if you were only able to go to one ride to do Haunted Mansion, I think
best ride
that is the best ride.
Yeah,
I don't know how it is in you guys in LA, but here in Disney World, we really don't do Disney much. One, because it's too expensive, and two, you guys don't update your parks. Disney. That's why I like Universal. They're always constantly updating and putting new stuff. But as far as for Disney, for us, Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride. Yours too?
Oh, that's always been my favorite since I was a kid. Yeah. Even though I ran out of there as a child and they had to stop the ride. When the room was shrinking. When the room was shrinking, I remember, I don't know how old I was. I don't know, maybe like 8 or something. Mm-hmm. But we were going in there, and so you gather in that room, and then remember that everything goes tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It doesn't shrink. It goes tall.
Right.
So for some reason, everybody's piling in that room, and then whatever. I don't know. I kind of I booked it, ran past the lady who guards the doors in the first place, and then ran outside of the castle. And then my dad was like, "What the hell?" Looking for me. He was like, "Ah!" I guess he saw me squirm out, looking for me, and then he left, and he had to tell everybody to stop. And then they found me outside, and I was like, "I'm not going in here." But sure enough, they did drag me inside of there, and I finished the house. But it's a car seat, right? So I was on there by their feet. Fun times.
See, that's
and I love the house now.
Little extra tidbit. I mean, we're doing Horror Nights, and now we're talking about their rivals. Little extra tidbit. All right, so the last house we talked about was my favorite of the original houses, the Galkin Monsters of the North. So we're gonna do another original house, one that you really liked, even though it wasn't your favorite. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Grave of the Flesh.
Oh, Grave of the Flesh. So very good makeup wise. It's an original concept, and you have already died and are now being haunted in the underworld. So when you first go in, if you look up, if you haven't looked up,
yes.
You're pretend you're going to a cemetery and somebody's being buried. Normally they have that tent and they have it carved out where you see the hole already for the casket to go in. So your point of view is when you look up into the entrance, you're looking at that. So you see the tent, you see the hole cut out for the casket, and you're inside of the ground.
That's the only light source in that whole room.
Yeah. So it was very neat. Hey Fairy, what's up, Shannon?
Shannon, Let's go in.
We're just doing a quick Halloween Horror Nights review since we went last weekend.
Mhm.
Was it last weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, last weekend.
I want to go back this weekend, but I'm here
No,
doing
we're
a
not.
review video.
And then so when you go in, so now after that you're in like the earth.
Yeah.
And all the, I don't know, maggots or whatever type of like creepy crawlers that you'll find in the ground are what like it's haunting you. And I thought they were pretty cool because their masks, their faces are pretty sick. So like if you think like a grub worm or whatever, gross ass looking maggot worm, I don't know, maybe like roaches or whatever, any like type of like nasty little thing, like that's what's haunting you in there. And I thought that was pretty funny.
What I thought was cool was the things that were kind of like hanging down, and like
What was it?
It just looked like skin and like blood and like just things.
Oh, I know what
you know
you're
what I'm
talking
talking about.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
you-
yeah.
I think you actually touched it.
I did.
She didn't touch it.
I know I did. I've been
But-
touching stuff in the house.
I'm
like, what is that?
that feels creepy.
Weird. Yeah.
But the detail, again, that's what you're gonna get from Universal when they do these houses.
Yeah.
The detail, they put you in there. You're like, shit, I am dead. I'm walking through the ground. Amazing house.
I thought it was, yeah, definitely don't skip that house. Very
No.
cool.
Next house we're gonna talk about Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters. So what it says here is your only hope, Hatchet and Chains. They're battling against red hot lava demons that are trying to possess everyone and melt everything in sight. So I thought the very this was the only house, and I kind of like that they do this. They're kind of giving you a show before you go into the event or the house.
Into the house.
So I kind of like that aspect. You know, you're getting hyped up because there's this lady trying
She's
to scare
performing.
you or
Yeah.
performing and doing her spiel. So I like that. As when you're walking in, you get to see essentially people that are possessed that look like fire people, and they're killing everything in sight. And you're going through this like cabin type of thing.
In a wild, it's like very wild west. That's the very outlaw type
Yes.
of thing. That's the look for it.
So you kind of get this, and smells were running for me rampant. I kind of smelled like old fabric, like wood.
Like if you antique storage
Yes.
type of, yeah.
So I kind of got like that smell. You kind of felt a little warm depending on where you were, as far as like close to the lava demons. Visually appealing. You see when you're looking at them, you kind of see like the flesh coming off of the
You know what it looks
of the skin.
It reminded me of
or
if
the
anybody's seen Ghostface, like not Ghostface. Yeah, it is Ghostface. And in the cage, doesn't he have like fire?
Oh, you're talking about Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, Jesus Christ, Ghostface. Yes, Ghost Rider. Think of that. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me,
Yeah, I think that's a valid thing. I thought it was really cool. I like that it was different in that aspect, different time era, just like the artist house. The interaction before you get in.
What is that? Oregon track.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail. that shit. Very much of that. That's with
my
demons.
God. You know, like. Well,
Who played that in high school? Because I had to play that in computer class.
I could never make it to the end. It's either all my people die of symmetry or whatever that shit's called, or I can't cross the river. Yeah, man, you guys made that game too hard for little kids.
So real quick, based on the Demon Hound, the Hatchet and Chains, it's based on a fictional B movie that was created for the 2024 houses, Slaughter Cinema 2, which was we didn't go last year.
Right.
We went the year before, but they had a thing. It was called Slaughter Cinema, and that's all their original movies that they were doing. And they had a house on that, so that was, I guess, one of the movies in that like, you know, they did like a feature of slasher films, and then that
Right.
was one of those houses.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. From my experience, well, our experience, anytime that they had the haunted house that was like a movie theater and it's like different movies in the different sections of the houses, those were always awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are watching this in the future and there's a house that has different sections of different movies, definitely go and check that one out because they're, nine
They're
times
very
out of
good.
10 they're always good.
Yeah.
Speaking of actually our last original house, number 9, ranked out of the 10, we have Dolls Let's Play Dead. So what I have here for that one, I have unnatural creations of a twisted little girl. You're hunted by burnt dolls and other undead horrors.
Yeah. So the house shrinks as soon as you go in. You turn into Honey, I Shrunk the Kids size, and you are a toy. Basically, you're like toy size. And what it is the toys, other toys, are being tormented by this like these evil dolls. And so, what I loved about the house was how they created. Well, their train of thought was, how can I torture like, I don't know. For example, how can I torture this thing? And then pretend this was like a toy, and then I have like his face off, and I have a whole bunch of crap and pins and needles to it, and a whole bunch of stuff going all over the place. But it was funny how they created the kills for the toys. I thought that was the funniest part to me, and it's so detailed. Like, you know, there is jump scares in it, obviously, but that's what I was looking at, was how the dolls tortured the other dolls and like killed them, basically.
It was very.
When it smells good in the house.
Yes, it does. It kind of reminded me of like when you were explaining as far as like how you would see the dolls and whatever. It kind of reminded me of like Sid from Toy Story, like how he
Exactly Sid.
like would jack up the toys. That's pretty much like what you're going into. Another like visually appealing house. That's why to me is not the worst house. I like the fact I almost like neon. Anytime that they throw like neon, it almost always looks cool because they always seem to do it right when it comes to the lighting effects with
the black
with the
stuff?
neons, right? Yeah. So I thought that was great. So last but not least, the house that we didn't like, and it's actually the last of the main featured houses, Fallout. So it's a haunted house based off the TV series Fallout about a post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. So what we noticed, people review it, is they didn't like it because they're fans of the video games and they've watched the show and they see that it gears more towards the show than it does the video game. But my understanding of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but before you go into the house, there's like a huge poster or lighting effect or whatever, and it shows like the poster of the
Chaz.
TV show. Hey Chaz, how's it going? We're just reviewing Halloween Horror Nights for 2025. So yeah, I mean, you would just understand that it has to do more with the TV show than the actual video game.
And the show's on Prime. If you guys like, you know, it's an adaptation of the video game, but that show is on Prime Video.
Right. So it's essentially, the jump scares wise, it's just meh. You're just literally going through the TV show.
Yeah.
So it's nothing out of this world. It's not,
and then on top of that, like they're not scary.
Right.
So that was the thing with me, like at least for like WWE, the Wyatt Six, their masks, their look is scary. It looks like some, you know, these creepy people in Appalachian Mountains trying to hunt you down and shit. And they look fucking crazy.
Right.
That's what you kind of expect, that look. And then over here in Fallout, there is no real look. You know, it's just the girl in her suit.
Right.
The guy, I mean, there's not scary. You know what I'm saying? So they're
Literally,
trying to jump scare you, and I don't even think there wasn't many jump scares from what I was seeing. It's very just storybook. You're just like you're going through like pages of like a book
so it just seemed like the TV show is a bad adaptation of the video game, and the house is a bad adaptation of the show. So it kind of like trickles down from worse and worse. But if you are a fan, from what I heard, go check it out. But being a fan of like at least trying to get scared
I
and
know.
whatnot, it just didn't do it for us.
We want the creepy shit too. That's what I'm saying.
So, babe, what I did want to ask you, so we told the good folks about our favorite houses, our favorite original house. So what I would want to discuss with you is, where does HHN 25 compare to others that you've been to? Do you think it's up there amongst the best? Do you think it was just okay? Do you think it was one of the worst ones?
No.
Where does this one rank with those? Do you
I don't think it
it's
was
one of the best ones?
I don't think it was one of the best, but I don't think it's the worst one either. I think it was I don't know. Say from 1 through 5, I would give it I'll give it a 3.54.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But they had more good than bad. I will give them that. So maybe 4.
As far as original houses compared to other years,
the original houses this year, they did their thing. I think the original houses were even more kick-ass than like their main houses. Like Jason, of course, no, and WWE was good. Terrifier obviously was good, but a lot of people like the original houses. You're like, that's corny, or it's cheesy, or something. A lot of people skip them altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I would not skip these.
Nope.
I would not. 100% would not skip the original houses. Well worth it. They're stepping their game up on that, and they are working very hard on that. Yeah, you can tell it's a big difference. I love them,
and you can feel that they're proud of their original works too, because they are getting the bigger venues for the haunted houses, so they are able to put more detail into a longer experience that you're traversing through. Me personally, I think this one does actually rank up there with some of the best ones that I've been to.
Yeah. I give it a 4. I gave it a 4. I can't say what I will give a 5, but
I can't say it's the best one that I've been to, or that we've even been to together, as far as like in Horror Nights.
Yeah, we've been going to this shit for like over 10 years, so
easily over a decade.
Yeah.
But the year of the Saw House one, it doesn't beat that one. The year of, there was another really excellent one. I think it was the Freddy vs. Jason year. That house was the best house that year. But this one does rank up there with some of the best ones that we've ever been to. Definitely. So as far as Jen will tell you, we constantly get asked, hey, Jen Mondo, what is the path that you guys go to? Because they always are like, hey, we tell folks we do normally 4 houses in like an hour and change, an hour and 15.
This was before we had to do the fast pass.
Right.
We never had to use a fast pass until the last like 2-3 years.
Exactly. So I would say even before the pandemic, I would say during the pandemic, we used to always go backwards.
Yeah.
So everybody would go to the straight. We would always hit a right and go through all the houses.
So you go past Mel's Diner,
right,
and go towards the back. That's what we were doing.
And shout out to the folks for Mel's Diner.
I was gonna say, why don't we talk about real quick the scare zones?
Oh yeah. We can definitely do that.
Let's say this.
We'll go to the scare zones after this. So yeah, we would always go backwards. You do the back half of the houses, and then by the time the folks from the first half are going to the back, guess what we're doing? We're going opposite. So we used to have time to repeat our favorite houses and all that without even purchasing a fast pass.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it seems like it's gotten way more popular. to the point that we've needed to get a fast pass. So if you can, I would recommend, if you're not going to do a fast pass, go on Thursday. I've seen folks still be able to do all the houses and repeat on Thursday without a fast pass.
Being there at the gate when it opens.
Literally, yes. You have to be there as it opens. I've heard folks that if you stay at one of the Universal resorts, it's convenient for you because they take you on the bus. You don't have to pay for the bus. And the bus will pick you up until half an hour or an hour after Horror Nights closes. They still pick you up and take you to your resort. But they have a special gate that they go through.
Yeah.
And essentially, as soon as they're let in first, and they're let in right in front of the first house. So if you can do that, definitely do it. Or if not, if you're like us, you buy the fast pass and do the houses and then go from there. But if not, if you want to try to save yourself some money, Mondo's tip, and I think you would agree also, book straight to the Fast and Furious area and go do Jason first.
Yeah, for this year, I would definitely go straight to Jason first.
Yeah, because that was you, and I think you've mentioned it. That was the house that had the longest wait times the whole night.
The whole night.
The app, it does a really good job with kind of updating you with the times. That one was seeing over 200-minute wait times constantly the whole night.
So that's not with Fast Pass. With Fast Pass, like that was the longest wait, and it was probably like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Correct. We were in and out of the houses once we started using the Fast Pass, but that house alone was worth doing it, and I would recommend, if you're able to, do it twice, because twice is better than the first.
Yeah, I don't even want to tell you like what's inside the house, other than like it's very cool, especially the end. It gets crazier.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah,
amazing. Now, as Jen touched earlier, the scare zones. So what were your scare zones? Because I thought there was one that kind of stood out from the others.
My favorite, I guess, would be the beginning, the cement, and then we missed the scare zone. As a matter of fact, we didn't go in front of the mummy.
Oh yes, in front of the mummy, there was one that we missed because.
And then that one, I heard what they told me was there was like melted people. I don't remember what the story was there for, but we missed it, and I didn't realize it till way too late. But I heard it was good. But I liked the cement people, so like the statue figures. So that's right when you walk in, there's a big crow that's walking around, and then you get usual people with the chainsaws and stuff. But I like that. I like that whole gargoyle statue.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I kind of
have a question.
Okay, we'll take a break from this. So V Team, we have a question. I have a question. I want to get a new K2 meter. Where can I order a K2 meter that isn't fake, like the ones on Amazon? Do you buy from GoStop? I don't want to get ripped off. Well,
V Team, I'll give you 2 examples. Hold on.
I mean, we used the original K2 meter, but there was one that Jen found that we absolutely loved. One, because it can stand. 2, since the actual light portion is bigger, it's easier for us to see it from far. So she's gonna show the original
OG one, right? I would get this from GoStop if you want to get it. I guess original. I know it's pricey, but
it's pricey, but they're harder to come by too.
Oh
nowadays,
yeah.
So,
and then this is my new favorite, and I've been using this more. It's this one. It's LED lights, so this is really good in rooms. Obviously,
you may have seen this. Ghost Adventures uses this, but yeah, Jen's not holding it right now like the original one. That one's standing up on its own, and you can see it from far.
This one is gonna fall.
You can see it from far how it lights up.
It's not even lighting up with the computer. Oh yeah, it's never mind. I'm tripping. I'm holding it up right now so y'all can see. But is this place haunted? Make it go to red.
No.
It's not gonna do that. Yeah, but this is really good. I love this. It's LED lights, very bright. You can see this shit from a mile away.
Literally.
And it stands. So that was my whole point, and it works really, really, really well. Compared both wise, I don't know which one you want.
I mean, I think it's sick.
Go stop if you
too.
want to do this one. I can give you the link for this one.
That one's sick too because like we've investigated down long hallways and I can tell from far, like,
Yeah.
hey, that thing went from green to like orange, dude, from far. I have trouble kind of seeing that
It has a good
Urinal
range,
King
too.
2 from far. Yeah,
You know, like this one has only like that one yellow strip, or
Mhm.
one of each actually.
yeah, it's
Dark
one
green.
of each color
You know, light green, yellow, orange, and then this one has like more
shades.
levels of it.
So
So you can
levels
see
to this.
how. So imagine, like we've gotten stuff that pings all the way over here. Like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And again, like I like that it's bigger and I can see it from further. And the best selling feature that it has,
It stands.
it stands.
That is the
Um,
best feature.
Now going back to HHN, as far as my favorite scare zone, and I thought it was the cat lady. I thought the cat
Oh.
lady, the whole show,
Yes,
it had like a
that was
little
cute.
mini haunted house
There's a crazy
thing with
cat
the
lady.
cats. And I love how they decorate the
Trees.
the trees in that whole shaded area. I love that, like how they did it. It was
Very pretty.
a lot of pink and not pink, excuse me, a lot of purple and orange
Mhm.
colors, a lot of jack o' lanterns. They did a phenomenal job there. I thought that was awesome.
That scare zone is always really nice. It's very popular. Everybody always takes a picture there. It's the one that's like all the trees is covered, but it looks really pretty. And it's like, so there's a cat lady there. She has a whole story or show. She has a cabin where she's standing in front of, and inside there's like a window here behind her, and there's like an animation of a cat going in and out.
Mhm.
And she has her cats that are inside of the crowd, and they're talking, and they're, hey, what's up? What up, Joy?
Oh, you see this person right here? She is our co-host for a little show that is done every Sunday.
Even tomorrow.
6 p.m., 3 Pacific. Yeah,
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it was just a
that's
quick
true.
thing.
It's called Spooked Coast to Coast. And that lovely lady right there, Joy from JJ Paranormal,
Yeah.
is our co-host.
So the cat people, like typical theater looking cats. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you ever watch anything theater wise,
Cats.
like it's kind of like a mask, but it's the makeup on top of it. So they have like a good whisper. I don't know, their whiskers. There is a movie that looks like that. I just can't think of the name of it right now. And they have like furry paws. I don't know. They look fun, but they are kind of funny. They're mischievous cats. What happened here? Oh, I couldn't see that. I am blind, girl. I'm blind. I need light.
I needs the light. So
That was good scare zone.
This Halloween Horror Nights was amazing, and we thought we're constantly getting asked which path is the best path for us to not have to pay for a fast pass. I think we knocked down that, so you guys just head straight for Jason and then go from there.
I would. Would you go from Jason and then go left, or go to the front or the back?
If I was them, I would do
The
Jason.
front, right?
I'm going to
Terrifier.
I'm doing Terrifier.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I would
doing
do.
Five Nights of Freddy.
That's all in one section.
Yeah.
The front.
So in that side you have the white six, you have Terrifier, Five Nights at Freddy, and the Grave one, and Artist House. You have all 5 of those there. So I'm
Was it?
going from Jason to Terrifier. Terrifier had the second longest wait, then Five Nights, then I would do the White Six, Grave, and then Artist, or Artist and then Grave, whichever one. Actually, no, I digress. You do Artist last because Artist, you have to go through the stage area of the Universal Orlando before you go to the house. So that's what I would recommend, and then head to the other side. That's where you have the other original houses and Fallout. That man.
On the back side.
And then what I would recommend, if you're able to do, if you can do Jason twice, do it. And I guess with that being said, that is 305 Paranormal's Halloween Horror Nights review for 2025. I would like to thank the chat room. We were not expecting you guys to show up. Thank you guys.
I'm wondering if it's almost the same as here as far as design. Would you say? I can't think of the right word. As far as design, or how would you say it?
No, design-wise, Universal is amazing. So I would say design-wise is gonna be awesome. Will you have the same houses? No. Because I can tell you
guys are the best.
I can tell you for sure Wyatt Six was only Orlando. Because being that WWE's headquarters is in Orlando, Tampa area-ish, Orlando, that's why it was easier for them to have a hands-on with the Universal one in Orlando. I'm not sure what houses they have, but I'm sure they're going to be kick-ass because ours was. So yes, again, that was our review of Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Please.
She said, I guess we have to find out.
There you go.
Mhm.
And then you guys can make your video and we'll be in the chat room for that. But yeah.
Guys, tune in tomorrow.
Yes, Spook Coast to Coast tomorrow. That's Sunday, October 5th. And we're going to be having on our friends Kristen Audra from the show Stay Haunted with the Cocos that we had in a previous episode. They're friends of ours that we've made and got to meet in person at the Gettysburg Bash last year, 2024. Amazing folks. So tune into that.
The week after that, I'm just going to let you guys know right now, we're doing a part 2 of Brian Bateman, who was the ghostwriter.
The
Ghostwriter house that is in Texas. We're going to do a live investigation of his house.
Yeah, so
Chaz says, I want to take the kids. I do too. One day before they are grown, especially to Epic Dream Vacation for me. Yeah.
Well,
we will be investigating South Carolina, so we have to catch them.
We can possibly do an Epic Universe review.
Yeah, I think we might be doing an Epic Universe review for you.
I don't want my children to find out because
they can't hear you, bro. Just talk.
That is a little birthday surprise that's going on. But anyways,
ain't nobody heard that shit. I barely even hear that.
Yes, so please tune in to our show Spook Coast to Coast. We start off the Halloween month with good friends Chris and Audra, and then next week we have Ghost Rider house, and and yeah, man, just tune in for Halloween month. We have special guests for you guys. But that is it. That's all we have for you for today. 305 Paranormal, Jen and Mondo. We love you guys.
Thank you guys for being here, hanging out a little bit.
Bye. Deuces.